Come on or not?
Emily's just messaged that it's not showing.
Yeah, we're on there. Just...
Emily's just messaged that it's not showing.
Right, we're on. Yeah, switch on now, I think. Just...
Emily's just messaged.
It's not, it's working.
Right, we're on. Yeah, switch on now, I think. Just... Sorry, let's go. I think it's running at a... Is it like a delay?
That's okay. Just go. Start.
All right. Right. So, thanks everyone for tuning in tonight. Sorry about that. We just had a bit of a delay and a few technical issues, but we appreciate everyone's support on Facebook, and we are currently really inundated in messages, and we appreciate everyone's support and following what we have. So we'll go with a quick background to Justice for Reggie. He started off, we got Reggie from a person on Pets for Homes. We went out to his house. In short, I did not do enough research, and I bought the pup, and a few days later it died of parvo. The seller did not contact us back after that. He left his house, and we currently can't find him. So we did set up a bit of a mission to try and find him, but we did manage that, but obviously he's not interested in taking our concerns on. So we went for Pets for Homes, and they messaged us back it's an authorities issue, so we reported it to the local authorities, and they're investigating. But what we set up Justice for Reggie for is to advise other people and create like a community where we all come together and discuss the problems in pet trading. Also, we are currently in the process of setting up like a puppy bereavement, because we was very upset when we lost Reggie, along with others in this group. It's a traumatic experience, so we want to share that in the group and try and help comfort people and their families. Also, we're making contact with people who's selling these animals at Pets for Homes. Have been up to now, they've been really cooperative. They've arranged a meeting with us. We've got loads of ideas, and we're going to put these ideas to them, and hopefully they'll take a few of them on board, and we can make a bit of a difference. I have messaged Gumtree and other websites like that. I've just got an email back to Nat at puppies.co.uk, and they've agreed to have a meeting with us as well. So it is looking positive. What we're asking from you is to share all our things. We're still looking for volunteers to help us out in this quest. So if you want to jump on board, just give us an inbox or an email. Also, we'd had a fabulous website set up by one of our volunteers. www.justiceforreggie.co.uk. Go there and all the information's on there. A lot of our volunteers are here tonight. Obviously, it's Saturday night. We're all volunteers. We understand that they've got things to do, but the four what they are is there's Anne. She's probably the person who replies to your Facebook post. There are other people, Carol and Carol. This collection of all of us really. And then there's Leanne, who come on board 2 weeks ago. She said she was going to get involved for 2 hours a week, and I think does about 40 hours a week now. So she's really involved, and she's done so much for this cause. It's a bit away from Facebook. Leanne's chatting to other charities, the media, and she's really helped us. And Chris is down at the bottom. and she is, we call her our Wales coordinate. So she's going over in Wales, and if you're from Wales and you are for Justice for Reggie, it's probably come from Chris. And she's a real puppy, an animal enthusiast, and she's got some really good ideas. She's not on the tech side, she's more on the active side. And we've just got a collection of people. So people who aren't here is Petra, she's like the boss, we call her the boss, she leads us. We've got Alicia, which is stood at side of me, she's doing the technical bit, she might be on in a bit if we can persuade her to say something. We've got so many people, we've got 8 teams, so we've got Carol, Claire, there's lots of others, Cheryl, I can't remember everyone's name because it's we have a WhatsApp group and it's all full of in there. So like I said, if you want to volunteer and anyone who wants to ask any questions, please just put them in the chat. We'll try and bring them up. And if we're a bit of a delay, we apologise, but we will see them and we will get your questions answered. All right, so that's enough from me. Anne is the person who's going to come on next, and she's a Facebook expert, and she's the one you probably talk to on Facebook. So Anne, there you go, take it away.
Hi everybody. I wouldn't say I was an expert, but usually when you see the posts on Facebook, possibly about 65–70% of those on. I don't put the posts on to shock anybody, because I think everyone that actually follows Justice for Reggie, I think they actually know all the concerns about the illegal breeding and the selling and the illegal transport into the UK from places like Ireland. The reason we're hot on Ireland and Justice for Reggie is because Reggie came from Ireland. So you'll see many posts that I put on and they are from Ireland because they're so close to us and so many are coming into the country. We do have friends over in Ireland that actually do the same as what we do. They might be slightly different because they've so many puppy farms over in Ireland. So we get a lot of information. There are some good sites, some of them we share, so you'll possibly have seen them on some of our posts. I think I've shared one today regarding a puppy farm that has had an investigation completed on them. So we work very, very closely with those. When I do put them on, usually I might put a post on about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning when I get up for work, while I'm having breakfast, and then I don't usually post again till late afternoon. So if there's any others on, it's usually Richard, Carol or Claire that would put them on, or any other member of the team. I think Chris also puts them on. Like I said, we don't do it to shock because we think that you all know, but what we're hoping for is that you share every single post we put on, because you may have all the knowledge about the illegal breeding, but people out there don't have the knowledge. For example, Richard, he had no knowledge whatsoever that this went on, and he would say he's pretty clued up. And we probably get some people like that, and they think that they know, but they don't. They go to these selling sites and they trust what they're told. These people that sell the puppies have gone through so much. They place the ad, they get the fake documentation, even the Kennel Club documentation, and they fake it, but it looks absolutely real. So that's why I put those posts on. And we do try and sift out, there's some that I won't put on. But also in that as well, I do try and throw a few light-hearted ones in, to lift everybody's spirits, because I know, it's quite upsetting. I have to read these and try and look at the videos. Some of the videos I can't watch all the way through because they are disturbing, and we don't do it to disturb you. We do it to please share. More than anything, it's the most important thing that you do share everything that we put on, because it gets out to a wider range of people then. So I put the distressing things on, I'll put some light-hearted things on. I follow nearly every police station authority counter in the country, because we want to be the first to know. As you've seen today, the police seem to be stepping up a bit, although the RSPCA seem to be stepping down. I hope that doesn't cause a problem, and we will be working on that. We'll be bringing you information as we get it. I just hope that the RSPCA still stand there, or some other companies come in and they help out, or the police get extra funding. Maybe we need to get on to Priti Patel and see how she's going to fund all this. Hopefully they will do that. I've wrote some notes here because we're not used to speaking live, as you can probably tell. And then I think that's about it from me. I think I've covered everything there, but I sometimes reply to the comments, but more than anything, I do the research and put the things on. So if there's anything you don't like, you're going to have to blame me. Okay, I think that's it from me.
All right, thanks very much, Anne. You just mute your video. Yeah, so thanks very much for that, Anne. Yeah, like I said, Anne does a lot. She was one of the original people, and she actually advised us to set this group up. So if you would like anything posted, or if you've got any news clips or anything like that, just contact us. It'll probably be Anna who puts them on, but there are others, like I say, Carol. We appreciate everything she does and everything others do. So the next, we've got a Welsh expert, and we know this, well, we didn't know it was a problem at first, but we're so glad that Chris got in contact with us, because she's very well connected in Wales. She knows a problem in Wales, and she's actually highlighted how big of a problem that is. So Chris is going to go through a few points now, and she's going to highlight where the problems are in Wales. So I'll pass you over to Chris.
Hi everyone, just checking, can I be heard? Hope so. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how much of an expert I am. What I am is a person who's passionate about animals in general and dogs in particular, and have been deeply concerned over the past months, years, because Wales has become a real centre for puppy farming because of our rural nature, and because, of course, we didn't sign up to Lucy's Law when Lucy's Law became statute in England. And I think that made people think that this was an okay place to set up things like puppy farms. Also, of course, we have the added problem of we have a lot of the dogs that are brought from Ireland come through our ports. That's just a problem of geography, because that's where a lot of the Irish ferries land, is on the Welsh ports. So we've got a lot going on in this country. What we now have is a situation to take the lead in dealing with the issue of puppy farming, puppy selling, puppies being imported. Because we have a Minister for the Environment who is about to put legislation before the Senedd. That's the Welsh Government, for people who are not aware of that expression, which is roughly based on Lucy's Law, but is actually hopefully going to go further and do something about the selling, the breeding, the whole bit. So what I think is important for those of us in Wales, and indeed for people in other parts of the country as well, because don't forget, what happens here does influence what happens in England, Scotland, in Ireland, because of the reasons that I explained at the beginning. So writing to MPs, writing to Senedd members, or members of MSs as they're called, to tell them what the problems are and to tell them what we think they should do about it is really, really important at the moment. And that's what I'm focusing on. I want people to write to their Welsh MPs, so that's right to the people in Westminster, but more importantly, to write to their Senedd member, because this is Senedd legislation. We have devolved government, and it's them that are responsible for dealing with these issues. So I think it's really important that they understand how strongly people feel about it. So the letter that's on the Justice for Reggie website, which can be sent to MPs, can be sent to Welsh MPs, but it also can be adapted to be sent to our members of the Senedd. And I urge anybody from Wales, or indeed from outside of Wales, who's got an opinion to share that with either their representative or with Leslie Griffiths, who is the Minister for the Environment and the person who's putting forward this legislation. She's very well motivated, she's very well informed, and I think we have a real chance to make a difference here in Wales, but we do have a big problem. And Justice for Reggie, for me, and I'm one of the newbies in this organisation, Justice for Reggie, for me, gave me a forum to start spreading that message, and I'd like it to spread even further, and I really think that Wales can be a leading light in this, especially in terms of the puppy farming. I think what's been achieved with the selling is brilliant, and I think we can support that, and we can enhance it by being a leader in terms of the puppy farming situation and the import of puppies. So that's kind of where I'm at the moment. I'm still finding my way, trying to get people on board, trying to speak to people, but I love anybody else in Wales who shares the passion that this group has to come on board and help me spread the word in Wales. So I think we need to remember that a lot of the problems it's a British problem, it's a UK problem, but that we've got our own particular problems in Wales that we can solve. And I suppose the only thing I'd like to add to that is when you think about how this affects people, this trade is fueling the astronomical rise in dog theft. There's no question about that. Dogs are being stolen. There's always the horrible things like the fighting and the baiting and all the rest of it, but a lot of them are being stolen to breed from, and that happens because they then have places to sell on those puppies, and because they have places to keep those dogs that they've stolen. We've seen that with the raids. So what we solve, if we solve this problem, is we solve a lot of others as well, because I don't know how anybody else feels who's listening to this who owns a dog, but I know there are people out there who are becoming frightened to take their dogs for a walk, and that is not acceptable. So we've got the puppies like poor little Reggie, we've got the dogs who are being stolen in order to breed from them, creating the puppies like Reggie, and it's just, it feels really overwhelming, but like any big problem, you snip bits off and you deal with it as you can. And that's what I think that Justice for Reggie can do. And I would like some more people in Wales to come on board with us so that we can really tackle this and talk to the Senedd and make sure that the legislation that's passed in Wales has real meaning. And I think that's it. Thanks, folks. Back to you, I think, Rick.
Awesome. Thanks very much for that. It was an amazing speech for that. I couldn't really say it better myself. So we are encouraging people from Wales all over the country to come on board, join us. It's obviously all volunteering work. We don't raise any money whatsoever. We don't want anybody's money. All we want is a bit of time, a bit of effort, and we will make it better for these dogs. Also, Chris alluded to the MP letter on our website. Just takes 2 minutes. It's a fully complete letter. All you need to do is add your name and your address to it. Everything's wrote out for you. If a must, I'll come down and pay for your stamp, but email that to your local MP. It makes so much difference, and it'll just highlight a problem, what is growing. We've done Freedom of Information Act up and down the country, what's being released day by day, and the amount of puppy selling complaints throughout the country has rose. It's like trebled, quadrupled in some places, so it's a growing trend, and we need MPs to look at this and take it as serious as it is. But we're so glad Chris is on board, because as you can see, she's passionate, she's knowledgeable, and she's a really good speaker. So I think next is Leanne. She's probably more nervous than I am. Leanne's done so much work. I think she's been with us 2 weeks. She's absolutely amazing for Justice for Reggie. She's done so, like I said, she said she was doing a couple of hours a week, replying to a bit of Facebook, but it's become so much more than that, and we do appreciate everything everyone does for Justice for Reggie. But obviously Leanne's one of the people who takes it above and beyond, so we do appreciate it. And she's a bit nervous, but she's going to come on there and tell you about charity she's been connecting with. So Leanne, over to you.
Thank you so much. It's hard not to get carried away with it because it's so important. Anyway, just leading on really from what Chris was saying, we've been trying to get hold of a lovely lady called Linda Goodman, who is actually the founder of Cariad. Now, Cariad is actually based in Wales, so she is a good contact to know for us, so she can inform us about what's happening in Wales as well. But it's an organisation with a primary objective, and that's to end the exploitation of dogs used in puppy farming and puppy dealing. So like us, they are committed to developing solution-based strategies to put an end to this misery. So their main, they do this through campaigning, through investigating, working with the media, and also working with rescue centres and other animal welfare organisations, which is exactly what we're doing right now. So we really do appreciate her giving us her time so we can learn what's been happening so far. So like us, they are a not-for-profit organisation. They rely solely on the generosity of the public. So it made sense for us to try and collaborate because, of course, this is exactly what Justice for Reggie represents. So we have a Zoom meeting with her tomorrow and her partner and some of our team, and we're aiming to gain as much knowledge from her experience as possible. We may be the new kids on the block here, but as you can see from just listening to Chris, Anne and Rick, between us, we've got a lot of passion, knowledge, and we're committed to making change. So by her kindly offering her time and support to share the vital information on the illegal puppy trade over the last 10 years, we will hopefully gain the history, which will give us guidance from someone with experience, and we can then move forward with our objectives. It's really key now for us to collaborate with these people. So basically everyone who cares about dogs, it's time to make a stand and raise awareness to get this stopped. We can't wait another 10 years. It needs to stop this year ASAP. Basically, both of our campaigns want the same. So it will be a fantastic collaboration. And we just thought it would be useful for our followers to know what the aim is. So really, we want to know what we can do to get our voices heard. As you know, we're working hard on Facebook, Twitter. We've got the brilliant website. We're busy contacting media, charities, and researching history and legislation. But we really want some tips from Linda on how we can get taken seriously. We want her background on Pets for Homes, which obviously we're doing a lot of work with at the moment, but also on the others, which are Gumtree, Pre-Loved, Loot, Spock, Facebook, and Instagram. So we really want to know how we can put a stop to those. There was also a national summit 6 years ago, apparently, that was put together to discuss ending puppy farming, but not everybody could agree. So we really want to know what happened here. We want to know more about it so that can help us with our fight moving forward. And finally, we want her opinion on Lucy's Law and why it has taken so long to enforce in every area of the UK. So as you can probably see, it'll be very interesting. We will, of course, feedback to all of you so you can know what we're trying to do. And we look forward to broadening our knowledge and taking our work to the next level. Thank you.
Awesome, Leanne. Thanks very much for that. You did really well there. We have got a question, and I'll nominate this to, well, to be honest, I think, Chris, you might be able to answer this. It's from Rosalinda Wallace. Do you think there could be a register similar to the domestic violence register called Clare's Law, where people can search whether their new partners have a record? It would register people who've been convicted of mis-selling or abusive animals. Obviously, people can change their names, so maybe selling sites would have to make identity checks before accepting adverts.
I certainly think that there is room for a licensing process that means that people can be checked and that those checks can be followed through. So I've spoken to a reputable breeder, all right, and they're very clear that every breeder should have a license, that license should be reviewed annually, and that the renewal of that license should be based on checks being made on where they keep their dogs, how they keep their dogs, the quality of the dogs that they breed, just generally making sure that everything is as it should be, and that licenses shouldn't be removed and it shouldn't be renewed unless you meet those standards. I think the problem with that system is, as you quite rightly say, the lady who asked the question, people can change their names and things. But there are ways around that. There are things about your identity that you can't change, like your passport, like your driving license, like your national insurance number. So whether it's for people to check on their partners, which is a whole other data protection issue, which I don't think I'm qualified to comment on. I definitely think that what we need is a register of people, and if they are not on that list, they should not be allowed to sell puppies, and people certainly shouldn't try and buy from them. So the more licensing is definitely part of the way forward. It's only part of it, but properly policed licensing is definitely a way forward. And I think that's it.
Awesome. Has anyone else got anything to add to that? No? Yeah. So we got a lot of people saying we hope we get justice and things like that. But what we would like to say, we have come a long way. We've been doing it 5 weeks. We've got something like 18 other people now involved, helping us, doing all kinds of things. If you think you can help us, or even if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes a week, up until if you've got unlimited amount of time, please just inbox us, email us. Also, we've got Em on Twitter, who does our Twitter account. She does it a lot better than I did. That is Justice for Reg 1 on Twitter. And we all got Instagram, which is linked up to our Facebook. We appreciate everyone listening. Any comments, any ideas, just keep inboxing. And also your stories. We're here to raise awareness and obviously help other people realise the scandals in the puppy trade. So all your stories, just keep them coming in. We'll post them to our Facebook if you want. If you don't want them posting, please just keep letting us know. We'll keep it private between me and you, well, us and you. They'll not be posted. We've also got a remembrance page on our website, which you can put your dog on if they've passed or if they're still alive. We just want to obviously celebrate dogs, and not only dogs, we'll even put cats on there. We're not all dog lovers on here, so there's Anne's a cat lover, which she's waving at you now. Also, if you keep tagging people, MPs, celebs, we want to get this far and wide. We are, well, I think 19 people, we're up 18, 19 people volunteering, and we've all got good arts. Like, we're not in this for money. We've put endless amount of time in it. I appreciate every one of our volunteers does for this page, and also our campaign. And also, we appreciate everything our followers do. So sharing, liking, commenting, even if it's a criticism, we'll take it. We just want you commenting. But what I like for end on, we've come so far, and we've got a meeting with Pets for Homes. Obviously, Linda tomorrow, which has been put in place by Leanne and Petra. Without them, that wouldn't have happened. So I'd like to thank them too. That's something amazing that someone of Cariad's calibre is willing to work with us, because, like I said, Linda's gone a long way. But in terms of Pets for Home, we've got a meeting on Thursday. So anything you'd like to ask them, just inbox us. I've seen a few remarks on our Facebook page saying they should be doing more, but these people are listening to us. I reached out to them, and I think he replied within. Petra reached out to him, and they replied within 10 minutes. So these people are committed to change. How much change we will find out on Thursday. Obviously, we've got some ideas. They're a business, but unlike others, they are willing to move. So we are full of, like, a lot of people are full of criticism, but when people are willing to listen to people like us, I think they need a lot of credit. So let's keep it our comments constructive, civil, and also, if you want to criticise, do it in a respectful manner. Appreciate everything you do on the page, and wish you a good Saturday night, and thanks for listening to us. We'll catch you again. Thank you. I think it's stopped now. Stop video. Eva, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, I think, yeah, it's stopped now, so you're all right unmuting your marks.
I don't know if it has stopped.
All right, it says Rick Hackers on that. Can you just...
It's not, it's still going.
Is it? Bloody hell.